Welcome, film enthusiasts, to another deep dive into the art of storytelling. Today, we're dissecting a brilliant piece of psychological horror, a short film that masterfully captures the slow, agonizing descent into madness. It's a story titled The Thump, and it follows a man named Ferdinand, whose life unravels one sleepless night at a time. Let's peel back the layers of this urban paranoia masterpiece. The film opens in a high-rise apartment. It's sterile, cold, and almost clinically clean. Tall windows frame a sprawling, neon-drenched city, but this luxury feels hollow, like a beautiful cage. We meet Ferdinand. His eyes are wide, twitchy, and dark-rimmed from exhaustion. His every movement is a jolt of nervous energy, a man on the absolute edge. The silence in his apartment is deafening, punctuated only by his own ragged, shallow breaths. And then it begins. A soft, rhythmic thud. Thump, thump, thump. It seems to come from the floor below. At first, it's barely there, a whisper of a sound. But it's insidious. It only starts when the world around Ferdinand falls quiet, timed perfectly to mock his desperate attempts to find peace. The sound design here is phenomenal. The thump isn't just a noise. It's a character. It grows, amplified, until it feels like it's vibrating inside your own chest. A heartbeat synchronized with Ferdinand's rising panic. His obsession takes root. The camera focuses on his eyes, wild and darting, then on his hands, trembling as they trace the floorboards. He presses his ear to the cold wood, trying to pinpoint the source. The film uses a neo-noir aesthetic to perfection. High-contrast lighting paints the scene in deep blues and sickly greens, casting long, menacing shadows that seem to move on their own. The camera work is stark and minimalist, trapping us in Ferdinand's claustrophobic world. Days and nights blur into one another. Quick cuts show the sun rising and setting through the vast windows, a relentless cycle that brings no rest. We see Ferdinand at his desk, trying to work, but the thump is there. We see him in bed, sheets twisted, eyes staring at the ceiling, and the thump is there, louder than ever. His apartment, once a symbol of success, becomes his prison. The external world, visible through the window, feels a million miles away. Ferdinand's descent accelerates. He's no longer just listening. He's fighting back. His first attempt is small, almost timid. He takes a drill and makes a tiny hole in the floor. He peers through it, his eye a desperate, searching orb. The camera gives us an extreme close-up of the wood splintering, an unsettling visual that mirrors his own fracturing mind. He sees nothing. The room below appears empty, dark. Yet the thumping continues, mocking his efforts. The film brilliantly escalates his paranoia. He starts mapping the floor, drawing chalk lines, listening with a stethoscope. His movements become more erratic, more animalistic. He scuttles across the floor, a man possessed by a sound. The close-ups on his face are raw and unsettling. We see every bead of sweat, every twitching muscle, every burst blood vessel in his sleep-deprived eyes. He's no longer just a man. He's a raw nerve, exposed and vibrating with anxiety. The sound is everywhere now. Is it real? Is it in his head? The film never gives us a straight answer, forcing us to experience his uncertainty. We start to question our own senses. Is that thump coming from the film? Or is it in our own room? This is the genius of its sound design. It breaks the fourth wall, making the viewer an active participant in Ferdinand's psychological torture. His world is shrinking, reduced to the four walls of his apartment and a relentless, maddening beat. His rational mind is gone, replaced by a singular, consuming purpose. Find the source, silence the noise. He abandons all pretense of normalcy. Tools are scattered across the pristine floor. He's now drilling larger holes, tearing at the floorboards with a crowbar. His grunts and panted breaths a desperate counterpoint to the steady thump, thump, thump. The physical destruction of his apartment mirrors the complete demolition of his sanity. The once luxurious space is now a chaotic wreck, a physical manifestation of his inner turmoil. This leads us to the climax, a sequence of pure, unfiltered desperation. Ferdinand, fueled by days of no sleep and sheer adrenaline, rips up a large section of his floor. He creates a gaping hole, a wound in the heart of his home. He stares down into the abyss he's created. The camera follows his gaze, plunging into the darkness below. And what does he find? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just empty, silent concrete. The room below is a void. The thumping stops. For a single, beautiful, terrifying moment, there is absolute silence. The silence he has been craving. The silence he has destroyed his home to achieve. Ferdinand's breathing is the only sound. He looks around, confused. His face, a mask of bewilderment, slowly turns upward. The camera follows, a slow, deliberate zoom towards the ceiling. And there it is. A faint, almost invisible crack in the plaster. And from above, from inside the crack, from inside his own head, it starts again. Thump, thump, thump. It's clearer now than ever before. It was never coming from below. The realization hits him like a physical blow. His entire obsession, his destructive quest, was based on a false premise. The enemy was never downstairs. It was above him all along, or perhaps it was inside him, a phantom limb of a sound, a product of his own broken mind. The final shot is unforgettable. The visual style distorts, the edges of the frame warping as if we're seeing through Ferdinand's shattered psyche. He lets out a final, terrifying scream. It's not a scream of fear, but of total, absolute despair. A wide-eyed, jaw-unhinged scream of a man who has finally understood the true nature of his prison. He realizes the sound is inescapable because it's a part of him. The camera holds on his face, a perfect portrait of urban horror, as the screen cuts to black, leaving only the echo of his scream and the faint, persistent thump. What a powerful, haunting film. It's a testament to how sound, lighting, and performance can create a horror experience that crawls under your skin and stays there. It explores themes of isolation, mental health, and the terrifying fragility of the human mind when pushed to its limits. A true modern masterpiece of psychological dread. Thanks for joining this breakdown. If you love deep dives into cinema like this, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this short film concept. Until next time, stay curious.